everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today's video is when you get kidnapped by a villain and they have to save you. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And let's get going. The scent of coffee and Katsuki's signature spicy breakfast wafted through the apartment. A familiar comfort that always eased you into the day. You stretched, feeling the warmth of Ijiro's arm draped possessively around your waist. His stubble tickling your neck. Morning, sleepyhead. Ijiro mumbled, pulling you closer. His voice was rough with sleep, but his grip was gentle. You hummed, nestling further into his chest. Morning, Kiri. Katsuki's already up, I take it. A loud clatter from the kitchen confirmed your suspicion.
Oi. You two lovebirds going to laze around all day, or are you going to eat before it gets cold?
Katsuki's voice, although gruff, held an underlying warmth you'd come to recognize as affection. Ijiro chuckled, pressing a soft kiss to your hair before reluctantly loosening his hold.
Hey, he's just excited to show off his cooking. Come on, Wayan.
You both padded into the kitchen. The aroma intensifying. Katsuki, apron tied around his lean waist, was expertly flipping something in a pan, his brow furrowed in concentration. He glanced up as you entered, a faint blush dusting his cheeks when his eyes met yours.
Took you long enough.
He grumbled, but he set two plates, piled high with fluffy omelets, and toasted bread on the counter. He then nudged a third plate towards you, already perfectly arranged. He always remembered how you liked your eggs. Thanks, Katsu, you said, leaning in to press a kiss to his cheek. He stiffened for a split second, then relaxed, a low rumble escaping his chest. Ijiro, ever the enthusiastic eater, was already digging in.
Man, this is amazing, Baka bro. You really outdid yourself here.
Katsuki just coughed, but the corner of his lips twitched upwards.
Of course I did. I'm the best, aren't I?
He sat down beside you, his knee brushing yours under the table. Breakfast was a chaotic symphony of Ijiro's cheerful chatter, Katsuki's sharp retorts, and your own laughter. It was moments like this, simple, domestic, filled with their unique brand of love that you cherished the most. Later that morning, you had a meeting across town. As you gathered your things, Katsuki pulled you into a quick, fierce hug.
Don't be late getting back, dumbass. I got plans for us tonight.
Oh? And what might those be, Bakugo? You teased him, enjoying the way his ears turned pink.
None of your damn business. Just be here.
He gave you a quick pick on the forehead, surprisingly very tender. Ijiro walked you to the door, his smile wide and reassuring.
Be careful out there, Wayan. Call us if you need anything.
He pulled you into a tight, warm embrace, his chin resting on your head.
We love you.
Love you too. Both of you. He replied, feeling utterly cherished as you stepped out into the bustling city. The meeting went well, and you were walking back to the train station, lost in thought about Katsuki's mysterious plans and Ijiro's enthusiasm. The street was busy, filled with the usual midday crowd, and that's when it happened. A sudden, disorienting shimmer in your vision. A hand clammed over your mouth, another around your waist, pulling you backwards into the alleyway before you could even scream. The world tilted, the vibrant city sounds fading into a muffled hum. A sickly sweet scent filled your nostrils, and a voice, smooth and chilling, whispered, "Going somewhere, little bird." Panic flared through you, sharp and cold. You struggled, but a sharp energy was already seeping into your limbs. The last thing you saw before darkness claimed you was the fleeting image of a distorted, grinning face. Back at the apartment, the silence was deafening. Katsuki paced, his explosions crackling ominously in his palms. Ichiro sat on the couch, phone pressed to his ear, his usual bright demeanor replaced by a grim, worried frown.
Still nothing?
Katsuki snarled, stopping abruptly. Ichiro shook his head, hanging up.
Her phone's going straight to voicemail. And her last known location was near the old industrial district. But no one's seen anything. No reports of villain activity. No nothing. And that's what worries me.
Katsuki muttered, running a hand through his spiky hair.
Wine's not one to just vanish. Something's wrong. Damn right something's wrong.
Ichiro slammed his fist on the coffee table, a small crack appearing.
She should have been back hours ago. We need to go look. We are going to,
Katsuki said, his voice low and dangerous.
But we're not going in blind, Kirishima. Call Fatgum. See if it's got any intel on villains operating in that area who specialize in disappearing acts.
They both moved with practiced, desperate efficiency. Katsuki, for all his bluster, was a malicious planner. When it came to those he cared about, Ichiro, while outwardly more emotional, was the steady anchor, keeping them both focused. Hours crawled by. The sun began to dip below the horizon, casting long, anxious shadows. And finally, a light came through.
Hey, I've got something,
Katsuki shouted, staring at his tablet.
There was a villain reported, called Phantom. Specializes in illusion and disorientation. Makes people vanish without trace.
Ichiro's eyes hardened.
Phantom. That scumbag. He's been on the run for months. So that's it. He took Oyan.
His voice was laced with a chilling calm.
Looks like it. Let's go. This bastard's about to learn what happens when you mess with her.
The warehouse complex was crumbling brick and broken windows. The air hung heavy with dust and the metallic tang of decay. Katsuki and Ichiro moved like shadows, their senses heightened, their resolve absolute.
Stay sharp, Kirishima,
Katsuki whispered, his voice tight.
Phantom's quirk messes with your head. Don't trust anything you see or hear. Got it, Bakaburo,
Ichiro replied. They found the entrance to Phantom's hideout. A powerful explosion ripped through the air, tearing the door through its hinges. Inside, the warehouse was vast and dark, filled with rusting machinery and towering stacks of crates.
Well, well, well. Look what the cat dragged in. The mighty Dynamite and Red Riot. Come to rescue your little pet?
Katsuki's eyes blazed.
Shut your damn mouth, you bastard. Where is Wayan?
Suddenly, the warehouse seemed to shift. Walls rippled. Crates dissolved into mist and multiple figures, all resembling Phantom, flickering into existence.
Such impatience. She's quite comfortable, but you'll have to find her first.
Katsuki didn't fall for it.
Illusions, huh? Do you think that can stop me?
He launched himself forward, explosions propelling him through the shifting landscape.
Die.
Ichiro, meanwhile, focused on the ground, trying to discern any subtle vibrations or changes that would somehow indicate the real Phantom.
Bakbro, watch it.
Ichiro yelled, as a phantom image of Wayan appeared directly in Katsuki's path, looking terrified. Katsuki faltered for a split second.
Don't you dare, you son of a...
Katsuki roared, forcing himself to blast through the illusion. He knew it wasn't real. He had to. Suddenly, a real attack came from behind the stack of crates. A shadowy figure along the hem, a sharp blade glinting. Ichiro hardened, the blade scraping harmlessly against his skin. He made sure to punch him with a strong way, sending the villain sprawling.
Found him. He's hiding behind illusions.
Katsuki now, knowing where to focus, unleashed a barrage of explosions. Phantom shrieked, the illusions flickering and dying as his concentration broke.
Hey, you monsters.
Phantom stammered, scrambling to get away.
Monster, huh?
Katsuki snarled, grabbing him by the collar.
You're the one who kidnapped Wayan.
He raised the fist, sparks dancing around it. Katsuki, wait. You let out a weak voice. Both Katsuki and Ijiro froze, their heads whipping towards the sound. Tucked away in a corner, behind the makeshift of barrier, of crates, you were huddled, bound and gagged, your eyes wide with fear and relief.
Wayan,
Ijiro cried, hardening his hand and smashing through the crates that blocked you.
are you okay? Are you hurt?
Katsuki demanded as he shoved Phantom roughly aside, rushing to yours.
Katsuki,
Ijiro, you said as soon as they untied your ropes and took away the gag from your mouth. Ijiro was there a second later, pulling you into his embrace.
Wayan, thank God, we were so worried.
You clung to them, inhaling their familiar scents. Katsuki's gunpowder and spice. Ijiro's faint metallic and earthy smell. It was the most comforting thing in the world. Katsuki held you tightly.
You're dead, you heard me. You're absolutely dead.
You were scared until you looked to see Bakugo glaring over your shoulder at the whimpering villain. Ijiro, ever the hero, quickly secured Phantom, making sure he couldn't escape.
We'll make sure he pays for this, Wayan. Don't you worry.
The police and other heroes arrived shortly after, taking Phantom into custody and ensuring that you were medically cleared. You insisted on going straight home, wanting nothing more than the familiar comfort of your apartment and your two heroes. Back in your living room, curled up between them on the couch, you finally felt safe. Katsuki had his arm wrapped around your shoulders, pulling you close, while Ijiro held your hand, his thumb stroking your knuckles.
I was so scared.
You whispered, the adrenaline finally leaving your system, leaving you shaky.
I know, love.
Ijiro mumbled.
We were too. When we couldn't find you, it was the worst feeling ever.
Katsuki remained silent for a moment, before he leaned down as well, pressing his forehead against yours.
Don't you ever do that again. You hear me? I almost lost my damn world, Wayan.
Ijiro squeezed your hand.
We'd tear the world apart for you, Wayan. You know that, right?
I know, you said, tears welling up again. I never doubted you'd come for me. Katsuki pulled you closer, pressing a kiss to your hair.
Damn right we would. You're ours, Wayan. And no one, not a single villain, is ever going to take you away from us.
Ijiro leaned over, kissing your other temple.
He's right. We'll always protect you.
You closed your eyes, feeling the warmth of their bodies, the steady beat of their hearts. You were safe, loved, and in that moment surrounded by your two heroes. You knew that you were exactly where you belonged. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you liked this video. Also, just wanted to make a shout out for my two new members. One of them is Carmela, so hi Carmela. And the other is Venixon, I think. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but please do tell me if I didn't. And thank you guys for joining, and yeah, love you. Bye bye.